I call this meeting of the Pinellas County School Board to order. Please note, Ms. Edmond is unable to be here today as she is presenting the consortium of the State School Boards Association Conference. Ms. Long is unable to attend, as well as Ms. Meyer, who is attending via Zoom. Ms. Meyer, are you able to hear us? We will circle back to check on that later.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you, Ms. Meyer. We can hear you as well.
Thank you.
The invocation will be shared by Aman Akin of the Collective Empowerment Group of the Tampa Bay area. The invocation will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Chair Laura Hine, and the national anthem performed by the Tarpon Springs Leadership Conservatory of the Arts Advanced Show Choir under the direction of Gabriela Santos. Please stand and remain standing until the end of the national anthem. Good morning.
Good morning. Shalom. Pax vobiscum, assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you. Please let us pause together in a spirit of reverence and reflection. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. With God's name, merciful benefactor, merciful redeemer. O God of wisdom, compassion, and truth, known by many names and honored through many traditions, we gather at this meeting this morning of the Pinellas County School Board as spring begins in this season that reminds us of renewal and growth. We give thanks for the gift of free public education and for the sacred trust placed in those who guide our schools. Our Lord and Creator, give us the strength to always be regardful of your presence in our midst and your ever-flowing graces in our lives. Give us the strength to recognize and acknowledge indisputable truths whenever they are manifested and made plain to our minds, our eyes, our ears, and our hearts. Our Lord, guide and help us as we fulfill our inherited responsibilities as patriotic American citizens, working together to form a more perfect union, ensuring domestic tranquility, sustaining our unique democratic republic, preserving our inalienable rights, guaranteeing liberty and justice for all. Our Lord, we give thanks for the board chair, vice chair, the superintendent and administration, for all of the staff and employees from the highest to the lowest paid, whose dedication and sacrifice make our education system operate successfully year after year. Gracious God, we acknowledge the complex issues facing this district and community, such as enrollment shifts and possible school closings or consolidations, funding uncertainties, the perennial achievement gap, questions about curriculum and instructional materials, the challenges of AI and emerging technologies, and on and on. O God of our weary years, who never tires and who's never lost a battle, help us as faith leaders, as parents and grandparents, as community members on the Watchtower, to more fully engage, especially with our children, with our students, our future, so that they become to treasure the tremendous opportunities extended to them. Grant patience, humility, thoughtful discernment, mutual respect, and wisdom as these servants deliberate the many weighty issues they must address. Yet, O God, allow them to return home to their families at peace and contented with what they have done. Bless this meeting to bring hope and progress for us all. We pray, amen and amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. Everybody already is. Ms. Santos, will you please introduce your next song?
Absolutely. So this is the Advanced Soal Ensemble from the TSLCA choirs, and we will be singing Ad Astra by Jacob Narvarud. This is a piece that we took to solo and ensemble in which they received superior ratings for. So.
When you're tired and troubled and you have lost your way, don't let hard times lead you astray. Though you may be weary, just know you're not alone, for the stars will guide you home.
Thank you so much, Ms. Santos. That was a beautiful performance. Lovely way for us to start our morning. And thank you, Imam Akil, for your lovely invocation. We are now moving on to item 1.5 and the video Students Soar Together at Generation Lead Summit.
It's my pleasure to welcome you all here today
for the Generation Lead Conference at USF St. Pete.
I'm here at the Leadership Summit to learn about different types of leadership skills and how I can better myself as a leader.
How to influence others in our community and how to make our school a better place for all the students who go there.
I've had a great time. This has been a really good activity for our brains.
The escape room. I love problem solving, I love puzzles, and that was kind of the mix of all the above.
I think the collaboration, I think being able to listen to everybody's ideas is really good.
And the nice touch of flying a drone at the end.
Our first activity was the parachute. We had great communication.
My team collaborated the best there, taking in everybody's ideas and making it happen.
Making parachutes was awesome because we worked as a team and we managed our way through obstacles.
A leader is a person that encourages others
and think about everybody's opinions and make sure everybody's voices are heard.
I think lead by example is definitely the most important thing a leader can do.
Being someone that other people can look up to.
Help people and allow them to make mistakes, but guide them to where you want them to get to.
Being an open communicator, being open for not only people to come talk to you, but also you having the initiative to go talk to people and figure out what you need to fix and how you can improve your surroundings.
Always be strong, confident, and never give up.
When someone's down, the leader usually picks them back up. I learned that you gotta trust who you're with. Respects the people around them and puts others first.
To not overshadow and to allow yourself to be a part of a bigger picture. Being a leader is one of the most fulfilling things you can do.
Soar together!
Oh, thank you. That was so much fun. I know myself and various board members attended different portions of that event. It's great to see all of our kids just learning in different innovative ways. And as Mr. Hendrick always says, if it's fun, they'll go to school. And it was a lot of fun. And I look forward to seeing how they implement these things in their classes. Now we move on to introduction of professional and community organization reps. Ms. Mascarenas, will you please make the introductions?
Good morning, Madam Vice Chair, members of the board, Mr. Hendrick, and staff. It is my pleasure to introduce the following representatives of community and professional organizations. Representing the North Pinellas League of Women Voters, Jean Reynolds. From the Pinellas Arts for a Complete Education Coalition, Helen French and Maria Cantones. Today we have a presentation from the Student Rights and Responsibility Committee. Please welcome student Gabrielle Zito from Tarpon Springs High School and her principal, Lisa Fadolides.
Good morning, members of the board, Mr. Hendrick, and staff. My name is Gabrielle Zito, as a senior in the Tarpon Springs High School ACE Cambridge program, as well as the leader of multiple clubs, honor societies, and sports teams at my school, it is my pleasure to present the TSHS Students' Rights and Responsibilities Committee report. Last school year, we had a 98.3% graduation rate, continuing to aim for our 100% goal. Tarpon offers a multitude of different academies and programs, as well as a variety of industry certifications, many of which are beyond the opportunities I highlight today. In 2026, TSHS was named a Magnet School of Distinction, and in 2025, 86% of our graduating class earned at least one college credit and/or an industry certification. The renowned Tarpon Springs Leadership Conservatory for the Arts continues to boast achievements in band, orchestra, and chorus ensembles. Our students, many of which have been in the program since middle school, have especially shown out in recent years. In October of 2025, our outdoor performance ensemble won Orlando Regional Overall Grand Champions at the Band of America. Following this, in January of 2026, the Jazz Ensemble was one of 20 bands nationwide selected as a finalist at the Essentially Ellington competition, ultimately winning the Emerging Ellington Honor Band as well as a variety of outstanding awards in saxophone, trumpet, and trombone at New York City. Chorus and Syndicated Sound made waves too as the 2026 Finals Grand Champions at the Fairfield Crystal Classic. When they are not practicing or competing, many TSLA students are honoring their leadership skills in the Triumph Music Honor Society through community outreach. Alongside their high school diploma, students in the Veterinary Sciences Academy complete 250 plus hours of internship experience to earn their veterinary assistant certification. Therefore, students going straight into the vet industry are paired with local clinics before they graduate. Additionally, those in the program who would like to kickstart their undergraduate education often transfer veterinary courses to St. Petersburg College's Veterinary Technician program. Particularly motivated students join Tarpon's Vet Club to gain additional hours of practice outside of class. The Doggy Daycare program is a beloved staple at my school, connecting the academy with the entirety of TSHS. The ACE Cambridge program prepares our students to excel at the undergraduate level. By taking advanced, globally recognized courses, students earn their ACE diploma, qualifying them for Bright Futures Florida Academic Scholars Award. Such courses also count as college-level credit at many institutions. Students in this program often choose to take advanced placement and dual enrollment courses as well, academically pushing themselves to go beyond high school education. Chefs in the Jacobson Culinary Arts Academy are constantly working hard through their studies, work experience, and volunteer hours. While earning their American Culinary Federation Certified Fundamental Cook certification, many students are also being awarded prestigious honors and scholarships. It is no surprise that the ACF deems our academy exemplary program status. In May of 2025, Tarpon chefs took first, second, and third place status at the Skills USA competition. In February, Suncoast News covered 3 of our chefs for their profound Community Connection Service program to be showcased at Skills USA 2026. I work with one of the students, Sydney Young, in the community outreach program that I run myself called Be the Change. Located at the Union Academy, the program provides free tutoring and complimentary meal support to underprivileged youth within Tarpon Springs and the surrounding area. Both Sydney's and my projects are additional examples of our school's continued dedication to service. Through the National Mu Alpha Theta and Hispanica Honor Society chapters, which I preside over, as well as clubs such as Key, Save, Environmental, and Interact, students are consistently giving back to Pinellas County through outreach. The many honor societies, clubs, and sports teams at Tarpon sharpen the blade of our student body, representing our school at the district to global level. I would like to say thank you to the school board and Mr. Hendrick for the opportunity to share Tarpon Springs High School's continued achievement. As a result of my experiences at Tarpon, I feel confident in the path I will take through my undergraduate studies, career, and the future impact I will make on the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabrielle. And Gabrielle is the valedictorian of Tarpon Springs High School's graduating class this year, so we have greatness in our room. But thank you for the update. And Ms. Fatalitas, I know you are very proud of your school and your students, so thank you for coming and giving us that presentation. We move on to 2.1, possible changes to the agenda. Mr. Hendrick, are there any changes to the agenda?
Madam Chair, there are no changes today.
Thank you. Board members? No. We move on to item 3.1, adoption of the agenda. May I have a motion and a second to adopt the agenda? Okay. I have a motion from Ms. Kane and a second from Ms. Blacksburg. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. That is, motion passes 5-0. Moving on to 4.1, presentation of the proclamation designating March 2026 as Music in Our Schools Month. May I have a motion and a second to approve item 4.1? Motion by Ms. Kane and a second by Ms. Blacksburg. Mr. Hendrick, will you please read the item?
It would be my pleasure, Madam Chair. I want to call up Ajory Spencer, our pre-K-12 specialist for the performing arts. And I think, as you heard earlier today, music is alive and well in our schools. I think we have music performance assessments this week for some of our high schools. We had the Ignite Arts Festival just last weekend. Lots going on every month, but this month we honor music in our schools. Mr. Spencer.
Thank you, Mr. Hendrick, and thank you, everyone. Yes, music is alive and well and a very busy time. And I know it was mentioned in the presentation for student rights and responsibilities, but just another congratulations to the Tarpon Chorus program who just attended the Fairfield Classic in Ohio this weekend and took grand champion status. So it was very exciting and my first toe into the show choir world. So it was a very interesting experience. So congratulations to them. Of course, as mentioned, each March, the National Association for Music Education supports the national celebration of Music in Our Schools Month, recognizing the vital role that music plays in a well-rounded education. Our district continues to celebrate the spirit of the idea of united through music, recognizing the power of music to connect us all. Music brings people together, fostering a sense of belonging and a shared experience. It shapes how students understand themselves and the world around them, nurturing creativity, curiosity, and of course, self-discovery. Throughout March, we continue to celebrate the strong and thriving music programs in Pinellas County Schools, where students and educators are both united through music. Pinellas County Schools promotes Music in Our Schools Month in many ways, but Mr. Hendrick stole my thunder a little bit, but celebrating the completion of 5 all-county concerts, including more than 1,100 students being featured from across the school district, recognizing jazz, orchestra, and choral programs that recently participated in their music performance assessments, in addition to the first of 2 band music performance assessments happening this week, today, and tomorrow, demonstrating the high level of achievement across many of our student musicians. And as a result of referendum funding, Pinellas County continues its work to expand and strengthen music programs across our district, including now at the pre-K level, which is huge because that does not happen in many districts, ensuring that many students have access to high-quality music education for all. The Performing Arts Department, for its part, celebrates the Music in Our Schools Month by continuing to support and grow our many educators and their efforts to advance music education throughout the school district. We recognize that music is invaluable as a component of a child's development and complete education. We remain committed to finding new ways to keep music education accessible and relevant to our students, ensuring that every child has the opportunity to experience the transformative power of music. Thank you for your consideration of this proclamation.
Thank you so much, Mr. Spencer. Ms. Kane, will you please read the proclamation?
Absolutely. The Proclamation for Music in Our Schools Month, March 2026. Whereas music education is a part of a well-rounded education for every student, as outlined in the Every Student Succeeds Act, and whereas the study of music contributes to young people's development through heightened skills in listening, reading, self-expression, and creativity. Whereas music education in schools includes a broad range of types of music and active musical experiences. Whereas music and the other arts significantly enhance the morale and quality of the school environment, and whereas it is the stated objective of the public school to prepare children for a productive role in our society, whereas the National Association of Music Education has designated March as Music in Our Schools Month. Now therefore, the School Board of Pinellas County does hereby recognize March 2026 as Music in Our Schools Month, and endorses this observance as an opportunity to support the purposes and practices of music education, and encourages teachers, parents, students, and citizens to participate. Signed the 11th day of March, 2026.
Thank you, Ms. Kane. Board members, any discussion? Yes, Ms. Kane.
I just want to say thank you so much for all of the hard work and all of the amazing opportunities that we have throughout Pinellas County Schools for music. I truly believe it is an imperative piece of education that should be part of our core education from a state level down, and as we continue to support it, all of the musicians in our district work so very hard every single day to ensure that students have opportunities to participate in this and to develop those life skills that are so important moving forward besides just their academics. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Kane. I wholeheartedly agree. We have a motion from Ms. Kane and a second by Ms. Blacksburg. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thought I would let you know.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes 5-0. Thank you. 4.2, presentation of the proclamation designating March as Youth Art Month. May I have a motion and a second to approve item 4.2? I have a motion by Ms. Hine and a second by Ms. Blacksburg. Mr. Hendrick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll call up Jonathan Ogle, our visual arts supervisor. And, you know, the arts always get along so well that they partner together in the month of March to celebrate. In our visual arts, you see a lot of artwork around the room today, lots of exhibitions and field trips going on. I've seen this week as well. So, Mr. Ogle, take it away.
Thank you. Good morning, Madam Vice Chair, school board members, Mr. Hendrick, and staff. Happy Youth Art Month. This year's national theme is The World Needs Art. Fortunately for our students, Pinellas County Schools fully understands that art is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Thank you for your continued dedication to a world-class visual arts education for all students. As our art teachers and students celebrate Youth Art Month at their schools and throughout the community this month, I have several points of pride I'd like to share with you. District leadership has ensured that every elementary student receives weekly visual arts classes from certified art teachers. This year, thanks to the PCS referendum, all pre-K students are also receiving arts enrichment experiences at their elementary schools. Our secondary students have access to daily art courses through their electives at their schools, and thanks to district and school leadership, there are a number of state-approved visual arts courses to choose from, including two-dimensional art, three-dimensional art, advanced placement art and design, digital art, creative photography, and more. Pinellas County is now referred to as the Arts Coast, and for good reason. We are fortunate to live in an arts oasis with widespread community support for the arts and many arts enrichment opportunities for our students. Pinellas County has strong partnerships with many local art museums, art centers, galleries, and art organizations for student experience field trips, as well as hosting over 20 annual district student art exhibitions. As you see from this sampling around us, art award-winning works are featured from some of those shows here this morning. Beyond our PCS art shows, students have additional showcase opportunities in which they regularly earn the top awards, such as the Florida Art Education Association statewide Student Art Assessment Exhibit, the Pinellas Education Foundation's Rising Stars Art Scholarship Competition, the Gasparilla Festival of the Arts Young Artist Expo, and the Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. Gold Key awarded artworks in the Pinellas County Art Region for Scholastic Art Awards is currently being blind adjudicated at the national level. We will find out who our national medalists are on March 25th. Last year, 16 PCS students earned national gold and silver medals. In just the last 10 years, Pinellas County students have earned 137 national awards. This is a reliable indicator of the high-quality art education students have been receiving at all levels from certified art teachers in art rooms across our district. On behalf of the Visual Arts Department and our district's art teachers, thank you once again for your full support of the visual arts through this proclamation.
Thank you. Ms. Blacksburg, will you read the proclamation?
Thank you. Youth Art Month. Whereas the study and production of visual art leads to a fuller, more meaningful life, and whereas visual arts education provides substantial education benefits to all elementary, middle, and high school students, and whereas visual arts education cultivates students' creativity, develops problem-solving and critical thinking skills, and brings to life what is learned in other subjects, and whereas visual arts education teaches sensitivity to beauty, order, and other expressive qualities, as well as provides a deeper understanding of many cultures, various beliefs, and history. And whereas our national, state, and local leaders have acknowledged the necessity of including visual arts experiences in every student's education, and whereas our local art museums, centers, galleries, and arts organization partners work with our public school district to expand opportunities for students to experience and be inspired by the many artistic and cultural treasures found here in Pinellas County. And now, therefore, the Pinellas County School Board does hereby recognize March 2026 as Youth Art Month, and we encourage all residents to support the youth in our community in their intellectual and creative development through artistic endeavors, and offer support to our committed elementary, middle, and high school visual arts educators. Signed this 11th day of March, 2026.
Thank you. Board members, any discussion? Ms. Hine?
Good morning. Thank you, and thank you for being here. I'm certainly in support of this proclamation. As a parent, I've now seen our arts program from elementary school into middle school and now into high school. And I just want to thank you and Pinellas County Schools for that opportunity for my children and everyone's children. But we also see it in the extraordinary work shown throughout the local museums in our region as well. I mean, the work is quite capable. So from, music and dance to visual art, I'm very grateful. I thought I would share with you, you mentioned that this year's theme was "The World Needs Art," and indeed it does. And I would say one of the reasons our family had the opportunity to visit the new Louvre Museum in Abu Dhabi several years ago. And when you go to that museum, it's got art of the East and art of the West all shown together. And it shows this amazing common inspiration, common hope between people around the world. And they express that. They express that hope and inspiration through art. And it was truly stunning. But the thing that stuck with me most was not the actual visual artwork in the museum, but I was crossing this interior bridge that overlooked the shining sea, and it had glass, and it had letters on it, and it said, "The shortest distance from man to man is art." And that is so true. You hear a song, you see a work this morning. When we share that together, it brings us together. So art inspires human connection, and that is certainly what the world needs. So just wanted to highlight that today and let all of you know who are here, who work in the arts. Thank you, and I appreciate you.
Thank you. Any other board members? Thank you so much, Mr. Vogel. I have a motion from Ms. Hine and a second from Ms. Blacksburg. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Thank you so much, Mr. Vogel. We will now move on to 5.1, meeting procedures. Ms. Hauk, are there any speakers?
Yes, ma'am. We have one speaker this morning.
Thank you.
Our speaker is Mark Clutho. He's speaking to items 7.4, 7.5, 7.6, 7.9, and 7.13.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Clutho.
Mark Clutho, Largo. 7.456, Plato. Boy, he must be turning over in his grave. In this day and age, oh boy, using his name, that's blasphemous. And then we have 7.9, bid policies and procedures. The strategic priority, fiscal, operational responsibility. Not all we have to do is look across the street at that new building. It should look like these. Doesn't resemble anything like these buildings. 1960, Winston Churchill said, "We shape our buildings thereafter, they shape us." So, what does the headline read? Bird losses accelerate in an ominous sign for the environment. The steepest drops from 1987 to 2021 were in Florida, Texas, Louisiana, and Arizona. Overall drops in bird population measured from 1987 to 2021 were sharpest in warm and warming areas, suggesting that warming climate may play a role. Well, here's the thing. You make those stupid buildings like that one there, that building up there at Clearwater High School, what do? You warm the climate. Who's responsible for these birds? And it won't be just the birds. All these children that you say you care about, what's their future? It's not going to be pretty. No, it's going to be hell. You people are criminals.
There are no more speakers for agenda items.
Item 6.0, unfinished business. There is no unfinished business, so we will move to item 7. Consent agenda, item 7. May I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda? I have a motion from Ms. Blacksburg and a second from Ms. Hine. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. All opposed? Motion passes 5-0. We'll move on to non-consent agenda, item 8.1, setting a public hearing and authorizing the advertisement of the public hearing to consider the amendment to policy 5120, assignment within district. This is the first reading. Sorry. Can I get a motion and a second? Thank you, Ms. Hine, and a second by Ms. Blacksburg. Mr. Hendrick, will you please introduce the item?
Yes, ma'am. So board members and members of the public, at the last school board meeting, the board took action to vote to close Cross Bayou Elementary School for next school year. And as was discussed at that time, it would cause a corresponding change in district policy for the grid atlas, which is the zoning for students who attend schools. As we discussed with families at Cross Bayou and in multiple public meetings, our proposal was to divide the former Cross Bayou zone into 2 schools, Bardmore Elementary School and Pinellas Central Elementary School. And so the policy before you today, as I have Leanna Eisen, Director of Strategic Planning and Policy, is to walk you through what that looks like and to set the date of the public hearing. Mrs. Eisen.
Good morning, Madam Vice Chair, board members, Superintendent Hendrick, staff, and community. In item 8.1, we're recommending amendment to policy 5120, assignment within the district. These recommendations are a result of the board vote on February 24th to close Cross Bayou Elementary School at the end of this school year. The school board policy 5120 is being revised in support of operational efficiency, and the proposed amendments reflect updates to the grid atlas. The grid atlas divides the county into 1,123 grids, which are used to create the school zones. The grid has been adjusted to accommodate the closure of Cross Bayou Elementary, and the revised grid divides Cross Bayou Elementary's current zone into 2 and adds those into the adjacent zones for Bardmore Elementary and Pinellas Central Elementary. The schools are located 5 miles or less from Cross Bayou, and they have a natural dividing line along 66th Street. The proposed amendments ensure efficient district operations and would be effective for the 26-27 school year. We recommend setting a public hearing for April 28th.
Thank you. Board members, any discussion? Seeing none, I have a motion from Ms. Hine and a second from Ms. Blacksburg to approve item 8.1. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes 5-0. Thank you, Ms. Eisen. Thank you. Item 9.1, items introduced by Superintendent. Mr. Hendrick.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Excited to share that our next Listen and Learn is coming up in April, but I want to thank the City of St. Petersburg, Dr. Sharon Brown, and Mayor Welch for our most recent Listen and Learn, which was held in partnership with the City of St. Petersburg around community partnerships. The city shared a number of programs that they have put in place to support youth in the community, and we appreciate their engagement. The next one is on April 22nd, and again is geared towards positive staff experiences, and we look forward to hearing from employees at that event. Last week, we celebrated our Superintendent's Academic Challenge champion, Palm Harbor University High School, who has now repeated 2 years in a row as the champions. Hollins High School finished in second, Eastlake finished in third, and from the overall competition, an all-star team is selected to go compete at the state level, which will be in April, where our students will try to defend our state championship from last year. Last weekend, the Pinellas History Day regional competition occurred. It was held at Largo High School, and we had 175 student projects from 28 middle schools and high schools across the district, private and public schools. Students examined the annual theme from the National History Day Fair of Revolution, Reaction, and Reform, America's Journey in 250 Years. From the competition, 42 Pinellas County students advanced to the State History Day competition in Tallahassee this May. We wish them best of luck. And speaking of best of luck, this morning, in about 29 minutes, the St. Petersburg High School girls basketball team will compete in the Final Four in Jacksonville, advancing to the Final Four for the first time in school history. Good luck to the Green Devils this morning. And yesterday, the Boca Ciega boys high school basketball team made it to the Final Four and lost in Jacksonville, but a great run to the Final Four. Congratulations to the Pirates as well. Just about 2 weeks ago, students in Pinellas County 20 schools participated in the third annual ball hockey tournament sponsored by the Tampa Bay Lightning. The event took place at the brand new Sprouse Horizon Sports Park in Pinellas Park. And if you have not been there yet, you're in for a treat. Amazing new sports facility. Forest Lakes Elementary School finished as the runner-up, losing to a school from Pasco County, and Carwise Middle School won the middle school division, winning for the third year in a row, the Carwise Sharks. We thank the Lightning for their participation in host of the tournament, as well as their work in our schools, which exposes students in PE classes to hockey. You heard earlier from Mr. Spencer about the show choir from Tarpon Springs High School. I also want to wish best of luck to the Wind Ensemble and Wind Symphony, who over spring break will be participating in the 2026 New York Invitational Music Festival held at Carnegie Hall. Just 4 schools were chosen from their recordings to participate, and those students from Tarpon Springs will have a great opportunity. This is the 4th time the ensembles have been to Carnegie Hall in the last 30 years, and we wish them best of luck. And in case you haven't heard, next week is spring break, and we wish our students and families a great, healthy, relaxing spring break. But just in case they're missing school, we do have our Spring Break Challenge. You can find more about it on our website, and students can log into Clever to participate. There are incentives and prizes to keep learning going over the break. We look forward to seeing everyone back on March 24th. And the superintendent's standout this meeting, as we celebrate employees across the district who have demonstrated core values, is Mr. Kevin Pace, a theater teacher at Gibbs High School. He's recently noted for his exceptional technical theater director and being a teacher leader, where he not only leads the technical theater at Gibbs High School, but also helps when the auditorium, the Grand Theater at Gibbs, is used. And he recently participated in the Ignite Music Invitational, helping to organize event spaces, stayed late for featured performance, and all the while running his dress rehearsals for Gibbs High School's productions. Thank you, Mr. Pace, for the work you do each and every day, and all of our employees in Pinellas County. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Superintendent. Item 9.2, items introduced by the School Board Attorney. Mr. Kapersky.
I have no report today. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Item 9.3, items introduced by the board members. Ms. Hine?
Yes, thank you. I just want to start with, I know we often address the legislative session that's in progress. So the current legislative session is scheduled to end this Friday. The information that we have says that there have been a far lower number of bills passed this year than in recent years, a total of 43 so far. Certainly a number of them do impact education, so there are things that we are following and we'll get updates on here. But one thing that has not passed and hasn't been done, which is, a prime duty of the legislature, is passing the state's budget. So the state Senate and the state House have both submitted draft budgets several weeks ago, but then have not conferenced and have not discussed them to come to terms on them. So it is anticipated that there must be a special session for them to agree on a budget. As we know, last year the budget didn't come out until the very end of June, and we're a July 1 year, which makes it quite difficult. I think there's more updates to come on that. Mr. Jefferson, I know that you're looking at it closely, our CFO, and we'll be discussing it at the next workshop, is my understanding. I look forward to that. I would just let people know in general, the average of the two budgets, state budget wide, is $114 billion budget. That is actually down a few $billion from the last couple of years, but overall it's still up $20 billion from 6 years ago. Only 6 years ago, our state budget is $20 billion higher, and it's primarily because of two particular areas. And one is healthcare, and Medicaid is up about $10 billion in that time. And then K-12 education is up $5 billion in that time. Now, you would think we'd be celebrating and jumping for joy, but as I've mentioned before, that money is not up to public schools. That money is choosing to fund other school options, private and homeschool options. And so, but it is a significant increase. And just as we look for our school boards to manage our tax dollars with responsibility and publicly report them, we should be asking the same of our state legislature. And so we have not seen any discussion on whether they are going to implement some of the recommendations from the Auditor General's office regarding the management of that now $5.5 billion that goes outside of the public school system. So during this budget session is an opportunity to still request that they get their financial house in order vis-a-vis the scholarship program. And so I'll be personally talking more about that, but I just wanted to share with all of you that while you might hear news that the legislative session is ending, the budget is still very much something that will be worked on in the next couple of months. Back to our local level, which I think is so important. Sometimes you feel like you can't control a lot of the big things that are happening on, but you know what? We can be local, and we can be a neighbor, and we can be involved in our schools. And that is one of my favorite things, to be part of the PTA, to be part of the SAC, and to engage with teachers and students and principals and ask what I can do to help. How can I help you? That is the one question that we can be asking our professionals and leaders at our schools, because they are amazing at their jobs. So we are going on spring break. I wish everyone a great spring break. I'm very much looking forward to it. I hope our teachers and administrators get a really nice break and certainly come back ready to go. I just want to say thank you for what you do every day. When we do get back, though, parents, there's something on your plate, and that is PTA nominations and SAC nominations. You will be asked to nominate people to be on the board of your school, PTA and SAC, and I very sincerely, if you're watching, I want to encourage you to raise your hand and do that. It matters. It makes a difference at that school level to be involved there. Okay, so thank you. I wish everyone a very good spring break.
Thank you. Anyone else? Nope. Be careful putting your hand up for that PTA position, because it could lead to a school board member position in your future. I'm sure all of us experience that. Item 9.4, but I'm sorry, yes, please join your PTAs and your SACs. We strongly encourage it. Item 9.4, review of the board request. Ms. Woodford?
No board requests.
Okay, thank you. All right. Final item is 10.1, adjourn the meeting. I will hereby adjourn this meeting of the Pinellas County School Board. We will now move on to public participation. Ms. Hauk, are there any speakers this morning?
Yes, we have 2 speakers this morning.
Thank you. We will now move on to public comment on the general business of the district. Please note that the views and comments of the public speakers are their own and not endorsed nor sponsored by the school board or district. We cannot ensure the accuracy of statements made, but will review the concerns that are raised and take appropriate action, which may include clarifications or the referral of speakers to the proper staff member for assistance. The board is committed to a standard of civility and decorum in conducting our meetings. This includes refraining from clapping or making audible noises during or after a speaker's comments. We appreciate you assisting us in maintaining a civil and constructive environment. Additionally, please note that although board members or Superintendent Hendrick may lead the dais briefly, there are speakers in the back room, and we will continue to be able to hear your comments. Thank you. Ms. Hauk.
Thank you. Our speakers this morning are Helen French and Mark Clutho.
If you can, there are two lecterns. You can go up to either one. Good morning, Ms. French.
Good morning, Vice Chair, board members, Superintendent Hendrick, and community and staff. My name is Helen French. I'm the Executive Director of the St. Petersburg Arts Alliance, and I'm also on the ACE committee, and I'm representing them here this morning. Thank you for your leadership of Pinellas County Schools for recognizing two important national celebrations this morning, Youth Art Month and Music in Our Schools Month. These recognitions send a powerful message that creativity, expression, and the arts are essential to a complete education for every single student in our county and across the world. Throughout this month, we celebrate the extraordinary work that is happening in classrooms, studios, rehearsal halls, performance spaces all across the district. Thousands of students are exploring their own creativity through visual art, band, orchestra, chorus, theater, and my personal favorite, dance. These experiences help students build confidence, collaborate with others, and develop creativity and problem solving that are skills that carry them far into the future, beyond the classroom and beyond the borders of where they live. I would like to recognize the leadership of Superintendent Kevin Hendrick. Mr. Hendrick has been recognized statewide for his support of arts education, having been named Superintendent of the Year by both the Florida Art Education Association and the Florida Music Education Association. Congratulations and thank you. These honors reflect a deep commitment to ensuring that the arts remain a vital part of education for every student. This is also a historic year because for the first time, a superintendent and the corresponding school board have both been recognized by the Florida Music Education Association in the same year for your support of music education. Thank you. On behalf of Arts for Complete Education, we wholeheartedly thank you for your continued leadership, for recognizing Youth Arts Month and Music in Our Schools Month. Your support ensures students across Pinellas County continue to learn, grow, create, and thrive. And for that, the entire arts community sends you a round of applause and heartfelt thanks. Thank you.
Mark Clutho Largo. War is a racket. General Smedley Butler. You got the letter from my attorney. Your attorney over there lied, said he never got it. The 11th Circuit Court made a ruling that says you people are full of it. You can't trample on my First Amendment rights. You are just so stupid. Fear of harm by saying, read the book. How is that a threat? You stupid morons. How is that a threat? I think you need to look at this letter again. You people are on notice. It won't do any good for you to talk to them. Just make a stupid move. That's all it'll take. Yeah. But we don't have the junior warmongers here today. Is that because the wonderful U.S. military killed those little schoolgirls over there in Iran? Well, what a great job. What a great job. Oh, this country is going to hell in a handbasket. And you just continue to pile on that adulation. This is...
There are no more speakers this morning.
Thank you. This concludes the proceedings for today. Everyone have a wonderful spring break.